Ever thought about whether holding a few cards close to your chest as you age could actually be a brilliant move? I know, it sounds a bit wild. Family's supposed to be about sharing everything, right? But stick with me here. As we step into our golden years, there's a quiet strength in keeping certain parts of your life just for you. This isn't about being sneaky or shutting people out. It's about safeguarding your peace, your independence, and that spark that makes you you. Today we're diving deep into 5 surprising secrets that wise folks over 70 often choose to keep from their families, not out of distrust, but to live life on their own terms with dignity and control. This isn't just a list, it's a guide to empowerment, a way to keep your golden years truly yours. So, grab a coffee, get comfy, and let's explore why a little mystery might just be your secret weapon as you age. Ready? Let's roll. First up, let's talk about something we all deal with but don't always love chatting about: money. For many folks over 70, keeping their financial details private is like having a superpower. You might think, shouldn't I tell my kids or siblings everything? Isn't that what family's for? Well, not quite. Money can be a tricky topic, even in the closest families. Sharing every detail about your savings, investments, or even that little splurge at the bookstore can open the door to unwanted advice, judgment, or even pressure to spend in ways that don't feel right to you. Picture Sarah, a 71-year-old retired librarian from Oregon. Sarah's worked hard her whole life, squirreling away a nice nest egg for her golden years. She adores her kids, but she's learned the hard way that oversharing about her finances leads to stress. Once, when she mentioned a new investment, her son started bombarding her with better ideas, and her daughter worried she was spending too much. It left Sarah feeling micromanaged, like her choices weren't her own. So, she made a bold move. She keeps her financial life mostly private now. She pays her bills, plans a yearly trip to the coast, and even donates to her favorite animal shelter without looping her family in on every decision. And you know what? She feels liberated. No more debates over whether she really needs that new patio furniture or that pottery class she's always wanted to try. It's her money, her life, her call. Why does this matter? Keeping your finances private isn't about hiding, it's about control. Studies show that older adults who feel in charge of their money report higher life satisfaction and less stress. It's like having a quiet anchor in a stormy sea. Plus, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Financial abuse of seniors is a real issue. The National Center on Elder Abuse estimates that financial exploitation costs older adults billions every year, sometimes even from well-meaning family members who overstep. By being selective about what you share, like keeping bank account details or investment plans private, you're building a protective wall around your independence. This doesn't mean cutting your family out entirely. Big stuff like wills or trusts should absolutely be discussed with trusted loved ones or a lawyer. But the day-to-day? That's your domain. Sarah's story is a reminder that financial privacy isn't about secrecy, it's about owning your choices and keeping your peace intact. It's a quiet strength that lets you live your golden years with confidence and freedom. Now, let's move on to secret number 2, your health. I know, when you're dealing with a new ache, a lingering pain, or maybe a diagnosis that's weighing on you, it's tempting to spill every detail to your family. You want their support, their empathy, maybe even a shoulder to lean on. But here's a truth that hits hard. Sharing too much about your health can sometimes turn things upside down. Suddenly, every family gathering feels like a medical check-in. Your kids are hovering, and you're stuck feeling like the sick one, instead of the vibrant person you are. Take Tom, a 76-year-old retired mechanic from Wisconsin. Tom's been managing a chronic condition, let's say it's diabetes, for years. He's diligent about his doctor visits and meds, but he's super selective about what he shares with his kids. He'll tell them about big things, like if he needs surgery or starts a new treatment. But the daily ups and downs? Those stay between him and his doctor. Why? Because Tom noticed that when he used to share every blood sugar reading or minor symptom, his family went into overdrive. His daughter would call twice a day to check in, and his son started questioning whether he should still be driving to his weekly bowling league. It made Tom feel like he was losing himself, like his life was becoming a medical chart instead of a story. By keeping some details private, Tom holds on to his sense of normalcy. He's still the guy who cracks jokes at the bowling alley, not just dad with diabetes. It's given him a sense of control and peace that he cherishes. This approach isn't just Tom Sits backed by science. Research from the Journal of Gerontology shows that older adults who control how much they share about their health feel less anxious and more empowered. It's about preserving your identity beyond your ailments. Nobody wants to be reduced to their medical file, right? Plus, oversharing can stress your family out, turning joyful moments like a birthday dinner into a health debrief. Of course, serious issues like emergencies or major decisions should be communicated. It's about finding that sweet spot, sharing enough to keep loved ones in the loop without letting your health define you. Tom's choice to keep some things private isn't about shutting his family out, it's about protecting his dignity and keeping family time about love, laughter, and connection, not worry. So, if you're dreading the next family health interrogation, consider drawing a gentle line. Your health is your story, and you get to decide how it's told. Hey, if you're still with me and nodding along, drop a quick "I'm here" in the comments below. It's such a boost to know you're vibing with this, and it keeps me pumped to create more content like this. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button and ring the bell so we can keep this conversation going. Alright, let's circle back to money for secret number 3. But this time, it's about the choices you make with it, not just the numbers in your bank account. Whether it's deciding to sell your house, invest in a new passion project, or quietly pay off a debt, many folks over 70 choose to keep these decisions under wraps. Why? Because financial choices can spark family drama faster than you can say budget. Suddenly, your decision to buy a new car or fund a grandchild's art classes becomes a family debate, complete with opinions you didn't ask for. Meet Clara, a 73-year-old retired nurse from Colorado. Last year, Clara decided to sell her big family home, the one filled with decades of memories, and move into a cozy condo that's easier to maintain. She didn't tell her kids until the papers were signed, and the moving truck was booked. Why the secrecy? Clara knew her kids would have a million questions. Was she sure about leaving the family home? Could she afford the condo? What about all those childhood memories? When she mentioned the idea early on, her daughter started worrying about the costs, and her son got sentimental about the house. It was overwhelming. By handling the decision quietly, Clara avoided the stress of defending her choice. Now, she's thriving in her new space, gardening on her sunny balcony and enjoying a life that feels lighter. No arguments, no second-guessing, just a decision that's hers and hers alone. This isn't just about avoiding conflict, it's about autonomy. Studies, like one from the American Psychological Association, show that when older adults feel judged or pressured about their financial choices, it can erode their confidence and even strain family relationships. Plus, being too open about every move can stir up expectations, think inheritance questions, or assumptions about financial help that complicate things. By keeping some decisions private until the time is right, like during estate planning, you're preserving harmony and staying in control. Clara's story shows us that this kind of privacy isn't about distrust, it's about owning your path. Big decisions, like wills or powers of attorney, should be shared when necessary. But the everyday choices? Those are yours to make without a family vote. It's like choosing your own adventure in a story you're still writing. Now, let's get a bit deeper with secret number 4. Your personal struggles, especially around health, physical or mental. Aging comes with its share of challenges, whether it's a chronic condition, a mental health battle, or just the emotional weight of navigating life's later chapters. Many folks over 70 choose to keep these struggles private, not because they don't trust their families, but because they want to protect their sense of self and spare their loved ones unnecessary worry. Consider James, a 79-year-old retired teacher from Vermont. James has been quietly managing mild depression for years, working with a therapist and taking medication to keep things steady. But he's chosen not to share the full extent of his journey with his kids. Why? Early on, when he opened up about his struggles, his family's reaction shifted the dynamic. His daughter started calling more often, asking if he was okay, and his son began treating him like he was fragile, even offering to handle his errands. It made James feel like he was losing the strong, capable dad persona he'd always had. By keeping his depression mostly private, James feels like he's still in charge of his life. He shares just enough, like letting his kids know he's seeing a doctor regularly without turning every family chat into a therapy session. It's allowed him to maintain his role as the witty, engaged father his kids know, not just dad with depression. This approach is grounded in psychology. Research from the National Institute on Aging shows that controlling what you share about personal struggles can reduce anxiety and boost resilience in older adults. It's about holding onto your identity beyond your challenges. Nobody wants to feel like their struggles define them, and oversharing can sometimes lead to family members treating you differently, like you're less capable or need constant watching. Plus, keeping some things private prevents family time from becoming a worry fest, preserving those precious moments of connection. Of course, if you need support or face a serious issue, reaching out is vital. But for the day-to-day battles, keeping them close can be a way to hold on to your strength. James's choice shows us that this kind of privacy is about respect for yourself and for your family's emotional well-being. It's not about hiding, it's about choosing when and how to share your story. If you're still here soaking up these insights, drop a quick "still watching" in the comments. Your engagement means the world, and it keeps me fired up to bring you more. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. Finally, let's wrap up with secret number 5, which ties back to money but in a broader way: your overall financial reality. This is the big picture: your savings, your debts, your plans for the future. For many over 70, this is the most closely guarded secret of all, wrapped in layers of pride, security, and a fierce desire to stay in control. It's not just about the numbers. It's about what those numbers represent: your freedom, your legacy, your life. Think of Margaret, a 75-year-old retired accountant from Ohio. Margaret spent her career crunching numbers, so she's a pro at managing her finances. She's got a comfortable setup savings, a small investment portfolio, and a plan for her future. But she's careful not to share the full picture with her family. Why? Because in the past, when she's been open about her finances, it led to awkward moments. Her son asked if she was set for retirement, hinting at inheritance, and her daughter worried she was spending too much on her gardening hobby. It made Margaret feel judged, like her choices were under a microscope. Now, she keeps her financial reality private, sharing only what's necessary, like her estate plan with her lawyer and a trusted child. This way, she can treat herself to a new rose garden, support her local library, or just know she's got a safety net without anyone questioning her. It's not about secrecy, it's about holding on to her sense of self. This matters on a deep level. Money isn't just cashy, it's a symbol of independence and security. A study from the Journal of Aging and Health found that older adults who maintain control over their financial narrative feel more confident and less vulnerable. Plus, there's a practical side. Sharing too much can open the door to financial exploitation, even from well-intentioned family members who might push for changes you don't want. The National Council on Aging notes that financial abuse often starts with too much transparency, especially when family dynamics get complicated. By being selective, you're protecting your peace and your future. Margaret's approach shows us that this kind of privacy is empowerment. It's about living your golden years with dignity and choice. Big things, like trusts or end-of-life plans, should be shared with trusted loved ones or advisors. But the full picture? That's yours to manage until you're ready. All right, friends. We've walked through 5 powerful secrets that many wise folks over 70 choose to keep from their families. These aren't about deceit or pushing people away. They're about honoring your journey, protecting your peace, and living life on your terms. Whether it's your money, your health, your choices, or your struggles, these secrets are a testament to the strength it takes to age with grace and grit. After decades of building your life, facing challenges, and carving out your path, it's only natural to want to hold on to what makes you you. These secrets aren't walls, they're boundaries, carefully set to preserve your dignity and keep your relationship strong. But here's the other side of the coin. Balance is key. Knowing when to open up, even just a little, can build trust and deepen your connections in ways that feel authentic. It's about finding what works for you, your peace, your way. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below and share one thing that resonated with you today, or how you might use these insights in your own life. Your stories inspire me, and I read every single comment. If this video hit home, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and share it with someone who might need a little wisdom today. Your support keeps this channel thriving, and I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Here's to living your golden years with wisdom, strength, and just the right amount of mystery. Catch you in the next one.